Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about semantic satiation. So it's a phenomena that was explained by the psychologist Leon Jacobowitz in his 1962 doctoral thesis called Effects of Repeated Stimulation on Cognitive Aspects of Behavior. Some experiments on the phenomenon of semantic satiation. So he wasn't the first person to ever talk about this. Like, you've maybe heard it called inhibition or verbal satiation. I heard about this recently in a book called The Anti-Ableist Manifesto. So first of all, sidebar, I recommend reading this book. It's written by Tiffany Yu, who I met through like podcast connections. This book is a real eye-opener. So highly recommend. But anyway, she mentioned semantic satiation as a way to get more comfortable with the word disability. And I made a note because I think this is a tool that we can all use in a whole variety of, areas in our lives. So, okay, what is it? It's basically the idea that when you repeat a word over and over, it loses its meaning. So you have to say it enough times where it starts to just not even sound like a word anymore. It's just sounds, right? So there is some research that says you can do this by reading it over and over instead of saying it out loud. But I believe, especially from understanding neuroprogramming and neurolinguistics, like verbalizing is a powerful piece. So if you can, use the audible piece, use the verbalizing piece. So why does it work? So when we say a word, the brain uses a neural pathway to process the word, right? Whether we're reading it or saying it or hearing it, right? The brain processes the word and connects it to the meaning. That connection is this neural pathway. When we do this over and over and over in succession, the brain is continuously, repeatedly firing that same pathway, and it fatigues. So the fatigue causes the brain to sort of lose that connection between the word and its meaning. Some will say the brain tunes out the meaning of the word when repeated excessively. So to play with this, some say they'll recommend using the word house or cat, right? And saying it at least 10 times. One of the other interesting things is that we know from neurology that new neural pathways can be formed, right? That's neuroplasticity. So when I heard this idea of semantic satiation and losing the meaning of the word, my brain also connected to neuroplasticity and said, wait a minute, we could then create the opportunity to make a new neural pathway for a different connotation to the word. So that's where my brain went. Turns out when I started digging into it, Mr. Jacobowitz said the same thing. So his doctoral thesis, he says, and I'm quoting, in principle, semantic satiation as an applied tool ought to work wherever some specifiable cognitive activity mediates some behavior that one wishes to alter. So to me, this is like a tool for removing or changing our personal connotation or emotional charge from any word and reclaiming it. And if you're a longtime listener, I'm really big on the words that we use, right? I did an episode called Going Against the Textbook. And part of the reason is going through the words because of our attachment to them or the meaning that, a word connotes. So more than that, we also did an episode about neurolinguistic programming. We talked about how we can use language to our advantage and how we want to even identify our own word allergies. So to me, the semantic satiation is a way of clearing those word allergies, if you're so inclined, right? So let's think about a word that's likely to have a reaction, right? In my world with my clients, right? And we talked about in this week's episode, the word hunger might be one. Maybe it's the word fat. I also know a big one this time of year is the word bikini, right? All right, so let's do this together. We're going to say bikini 10 times. So, Lori, you want to do it with me? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bikini. 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 And now it starts to sound like, something silly. So think now about like the most amazing, incredible confidence, feeling the warm sun on your face, and now say the word bikini.
Bikini. Yeah.
Right? I don't know about you, but that felt different.
It does have a different feel to it, right? It doesn't seem so intimidating now.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you equate it with more confidence, empowerment. Yeah. Yeah.
So you could use this in any area of your life. Maybe with work, it's the word salary or negotiate. Or maybe you lost your job, but it's the word fired, right? Like we could use this tool anywhere where you sort of have those word allergies, where hearing this word sort of makes you twitch a little bit, right? Where it just doesn't sit right with you. So think of semantic satiation as a tool to have in your back pocket to reclaim any word that might be a little triggering or a word that doesn't serve you, and reclaim it, rewrite that neural pathway. Lori, what do you think?
I think it's great. I'm going to use it. There are words I'm thinking of right now going, oh yeah, I need to practice this.
Are you willing to share?
No is a big trigger for me.
Yes.
No is a huge trigger for me. On job sites, I often hear, no, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, you don't want to tell me that. All right, you better explain why and in detail and show me, because no is not cutting it in my world.
Yeah.
And then I also, on the flip side, I have trouble saying no to people. It's like, I don't. Right away, my first response is, sure, I can do that. And it's like, oh, no, and then that no word comes. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that idea of even using it to reclaim words that are uncomfortable to say.
Right.
Practice saying it so that it comes out of your mouth.
Yep.
Yeah,
because sometimes, I agree to things that I'm thinking, that should have been a hard no.
Right. Yeah. Right. Or even practicing saying, let me get back to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Giving yourself a little space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I hope this is helpful for everybody.
I think it's going to be great. I love it.
Excellent.
What a great little nugget.
Oh, good. Well, as always, everybody, I'm your host, Jen Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram or all social media. I'm at Jen Trepeck, JenNTrepeck. Website is asaladwithasideofries.com. Pick your platform, send a message. I love hearing from you. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me as your health coach. Lori, thank you again for being here.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. How much fun this has been.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
I have new tools.
Yes, exactly. And of course, everybody, if you are not already, join our membership by going to glow.fm/saladwithasideofries. This shows your support for this podcast, this community, and most importantly, supports your health. You'll get this week's recipe for the orange juice barbecue chicken and your quarterly live Q&A that's a one-on-one mini health coaching session, just you and me. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.